Well, hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you've had a great day, and as you can see, we're having a great day here in Hawke's Bay. We're just going over the bridge of the Narororo River, and today we're heading off to go for a ride with Social Cruizers New Zealand MC, and today is their Ride of Remembrance, where they honour those who have fallen, been in a motorcycle accident or passed in any other way. And we're meeting them here at the BP garage in Stortford Lodge in Hastings. So as you can see, there's a couple of bikes there, and there'll be a few more coming in too, I would think. And this is something that most clubs do as they honour their fallen riders each year. There's a day set aside specifically to go for a ride and to remember them. So after a briefing from George, who's the president and the founder of Social Cruizers NZ MC, we're on the road. So here's a map of where the ride was heading to. We're heading out of Hastings down to the Pitongita Hotel, and from there we're going over to, or a little stop first in Waipawa for the small tanks, and then over to the Tikakino Hotel for lunch, and then back to the Puketapu Hotel to finish the ride, and then disperse off from there. So I've just pulled over here to film the other guys, or some of the guys going past. And we're just about into the little town of Havelock North, or the village as we call it over here. And leaving the little village behind us, we're out into the rolling countryside of Hawke's Bay and heading down to the Pitongita Hotel. And this time we're going down through Middle Road. Great little piece of country for a motorcyclist. And then we had a little bit of a change in the weather. As you see that mist just there on the left-hand side of the picture. Well, that's mist rising up off the Tukituki River, and very soon it lifted and went up and over the road, and things became pretty damp, and a viz got a little bit hairy in places. And as you can see, it's just starting to drift up through there now. then we dropped down into the Tukituki Valley and to the Patongata Hotel. And from here we left all that mist behind us, although it doesn't look like it as we're coming in. But here we had a quick stop, so the guys could have a quick libation if they wanted it, and a quick loo stop, and then we were off again. As you can see, the mist has cleared away and stayed away for the rest of the day. It was a brilliant day's riding and a brilliant group of people to be riding with as well. So here we're heading for a little township of Waipawa, so the smaller tanks could gas up. And from there we headed off over to the Tikakina Hotel across the Takapau Plains. Now here I've got to make a confession, because that little corner didn't look like a heck of a lot, but I actually dropped a goldwing coming around that a few years ago, and I've always maintained it wasn't my fault. The goldwing wanted to go cross country and it wasn't fitted with knobbly tyres, so that's my excuse. So once again coming in through the little town of Waipawa, and there's the BP gas station there. It's normally one of the little fill stops we have for the guys with the smaller bikes or the smaller tanks. And then we were off again. And there's Chris and AJ doing a great job, went out to marshal the traffic so we could get a clean getaway. And a little bit more about them later on. Now today's verse comes from the book of Isaiah. It's chapter 40 and verse 8. And that says, "The grass withers and the flower fades, but the word of our God stands forever." So here's the Takapau Plains, and it's a great piece of country to ride through, even though it's dead flat. But they're good roads, good quality roads, and I think some of them may have just twisted the throttle just a little bit getting across over here. But there you go. And here we are coming into the Tikakina Hotel. And there's Moses, my chapter leader. He's parked up. He had to leave the ride here. He had another commitment later on in the afternoon. So we see our farewells. And then I took a little walk along the bikes. Got a bit of a look at the different machinery that was there, and then had a look inside the hotel itself. So we've got good cabinet food here and good meals, good pub meals. And watch out for this fella here. This is Theo, blimmin' South African, I don't know. rides a Suzuki Bandit, and that's probably enough to be said about him. But no, good guy. And there's George. Now he made a speech, had a chat to us about the fallen. Today we were remembering Sandman and Sage, and very poignant, sometimes witty, sometimes a little sad, but a good speech. And everyone appreciated it. There's quite a few clubs here represented. I won't go into the names of all of them because I'll forget a few probably. There's quite a few there just to show their respect. And then it was time to leave there and hit the road again, so all the ladies from the Iron Sisters and their partners and husbands went back to their clubhouse, and the rest of us headed east, heading for the Puketapu Hotel. And here we're currently riding on Highway 50, heading back towards Napier. Cracking piece of road for a motorcycle. That's why we ride it. And I pulled over here again to film the guys going past. And then after changing my battery and the camera, I followed on just a couple of minutes later. And I love this corner here because it just brings you out through the from Central Hawke's Bay into Hawke's Bay itself. Brilliant scenery, just a great view all the way out to the coast. Twisties here I love, and we're just coming down now to what I call Darren's Corner. And these were the last of the twisties. And then I came across this. Now I recognised a couple of the bikes and I thought, heck, that's the group I'm riding with. I was 2 or 3 minutes behind them. And this is really strange. It's the only time I've heard of this. It's this really strange accident where we saw earlier on with Pyro and AJ doing that great job of marshalling. Well, AJ came off the back of the bike and I couldn't figure out what was going on because such a straight piece of road. And what actually happened is that AJ had a little medical misadventure. She started to pass out and she managed to give Pyro a bang on the shoulder and said, listen, I'm not good. So he reached back and grabbed her and throttled off, and they were doing 100 k's and they were mid-pack. so things were pretty dicey, but he managed to slow down and get the bike to the side of the road and get the speed right down before he couldn't hang on to AJ anymore. She went over, but fortunately on the grass, and of course that flipped the bike out the other way. It dug in, and away it went. Pyro hit the tar seal, and he said all he could remember straight after that was the bike cartwheeling over the top of him, and that was that. But very, very fortunate that there were only very minor injuries sustained, and hats off to Pyro for such a great effort, because it could have been a couple of more people added to the Remembrance ride for next year. So I didn't sort of see much of what was going on. I just dived at the top and did some traffic control. The ambulance turned up and the local fire brigade, that sort of thing. But and then we headed off for home. But as we headed off there, that's Theo, the guy that South African I was talking about on that Bandit before. He's just ahead of us there. He did a lot on the traffic control as well, and so did Fishbone, another biker. He was on the 109 earlier. That was behind earlier in the video, and it was just quite bizarre. But they headed off to the Puketapu Hotel afterwards, and I tootled off home and really enjoyed the day. It was a great day, so thanks to Social Cruizers once again. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Don't forget to ride free, and of course, God bless.